Well, hello and welcome. My name is Misheard with Misheard Song Lyrics Podcast. We're at season 4, episode 174, first ever Kings of Leon Misheard song lyric for their song Sex on Fire. The Misheard song lyric is, yeah, oh, dyslexics on fire. And then the correct lyrics is, yeah, oh, your sex is on fire. Now, this misheard song lyric is one that plays tricks on your ears. When it really sounds like they're singing dyslexics, it's really your sexes. So really interesting. Before we start with digging into the song and Kings of Leon, let's talk about the definition of dyslexic or dyslexia. It's, according to the Cambridge Dictionary, a condition affecting the brain that makes it difficult for someone to read and write. So there you go. Now, I remember hearing this song back in 2008. So that's 14 years ago, almost 15. Can you believe that? And I liked the beat, but also was perplexed by the title and the chorus of the song. So, Sex on Fire. It's the first single released from American rock band Kings of Leon, fourth studio album, Only by the Night, it was called. The song gives Kings of Leon their first #1 single in Australia, Finland, Ireland, and the United Kingdom, charting in the top spot on digital downloads in the latter country before its physical release. That's interesting. And then in September 2009, it was Britain's second most downloaded digital single ever and has sold 1.2 million copies in the UK as of November 12th. That says a lot. It also gained popularity in the US, reaching #1 on the Hot Modern Rock Tracks chart at a number 56 on the Billboard Hot 100, making it the band's second highest charting song there on the former chart. And then in 2008, the song earned the band their first Grammy nominations, which I'll share later what they are. And then following the success of the follow-up single, You Somebody, that's their other song, in the United States on pop radio, the track was resurfaced to US pop radio in November. Did you know? So both remixes of the song, what we're talking about today, which is Sex on Fire and You Somebody, was used for the runway soundtrack in the 2009 Victoria's Secret fashion show. Now, this was an annual promotional event sponsored by and featured Victoria's Secret's, their brand of lingerie. And then from 1995 to 2018, Victoria's Secret used the show to market its goods in high-profile settings. So what was it if you didn't know what it was? Models under contract to the company known as Victoria's Secret Angels were key participants in the event. The fashion show was canceled in 2019, the same year its organizer, Edward Razek, resigned under public pressure. Interesting. The fashion show at its peak viewership back in 2001 had millions tuning in to watch and was known to be a lavish event with elaborate costume lingerie. I remember the wings. They'd wear these huge elaborate wings that made them look like angels. Music by leading entertainers such as Kings of Leon and others, and set design with changing themes. There were dozens of the world's top models also selected to perform in it each year. And then the fashion show attracted celebrities and entertainers and featured special performers and acts. It was also on some major networks. I'll talk about who those networks were. At the time, the shows always preceded Valentine's Day to tie in with the holiday's romantic theme. But in 1999 and 2000 on, the show was a webcast. And beginning in 2001, the event was shifted to take place ahead of the Christmas holiday season. So people would want to buy Victoria's Secrets for Christmas gifts. The show made its network debut broadcast on ABC in 2001, with 2002 and 2017 broadcasted on CBS, and then went back to ABC for the final 2018. And the event was always usually in New York City at the Plaza Hotel, and as well as different others host cities like Miami, Los Angeles, Cannes, Paris, London, and Shanghai. And then the official cancellation happened in November 2019, so about 2 years ago now, in 2020, no, actually 3 years, amid declining rates and sales and growing criticism of the organizer. Razek was influenced by both a reckoning of the Me Too movement, fourth wave feminism, and the association of L Brand's CEO, Les Wexner, with sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. They had a lot of connection, those two. Due to the immense amount of criticism, Victoria's Secret's fashion show reconsidered its marketing strategy, which ultimately contributed to the end of the runway shows. The brand's focus changed to digital platform marketing with the aim of restoring its reputation. Critics of the Victoria's Secret fashion show considered it objectifying, lacking in diversity of body sizes. Yeah, unless you're a size 0, you're too fat to be an angel on this runway, and repeatedly inclined towards offensive cultural appropriation with design. So I went back to look, and yeah, they had a lot of stuff from Asian influences as well as American Indians, and headdresses, and from India. And it's like, ugh, not so good. So it was canceled by the Culture Council, and no longer, as of 2019 on, has there been this show anymore. So there you go. But Kings of Leon's songs were a part of it at a time. So who are Kings of Leon? Well, they are an American rock band formed in Nashville, Tennessee back in 1999. The band is composed of brothers Caleb, Nathan, and Jared Followill, and then their cousin Matthew Followill, so all Followills. The band's early music was a blend of southern rock and garage rock with blues influences, but it evolved throughout the years to include a variety of genres and more alternative arena rock sound. And then, as I shared a little bit earlier, that they achieved a lot of their initial success in the UK with 9 top 40 singles, 2 Brit Awards in 2008, and all 3 of the band's albums at the time peaked in the top 5 of the UK albums chart, even though they were from Nashville, Tennessee, in the United States. Their 3rd album, Because of the Times, reached #1, and after the release of their 4th album, Only by the Night, in September 2008, the band achieved chart success in their own very country in the United States with singles Sex on Fire, Use Somebody, and Notion, all peaked at #1 in the Hot Modern Rock Tracks chart. The album was their first platinum-selling album in the United States and the best-selling album of 2008 in Australia, being certified platinum 9 times. Now, I mentioned earlier, did you know that the group had 12 Grammy Award nominations, including 4 wins? So let's call it out. So the year of the Grammy Awards in 2009, which, talked about, I guess, the 2008 submissions, they had Only by the Night was nominated for Best Rock Album. And then this song that we're talking about today, Sex on Fire, was nominated for Best Rock Song, Best Rock Performance by a Duo or Group with Vocal. And they actually won that year in 2009 for Best Rock Performance by a Duo or Group with Vocals. So that's win #1 for a Grammy. The next year in 2010, their other song, Use Somebody, was nominated as well. It was nominated for Song of the Year. It was nominated for Record of the Year, Best Rock Song, and Best Rock Performance by a Duo or Rock with Group. So they actually won 3 of their 4 nominations in 2010. 2010 was a good year for them. They won Record of the Year, Best Rock Song, and then again, on second time, won for Best Rock Performance by a Duo or Group with Vocals. And then they had other nominations, 2011, 2012, 2014, and recently 2012 with the song called The Bandit for Best Rock Song, nominated. Didn't win, but I don't even remember that song. So wow, go Kings of Leon. So back to the song. The song was written about lead singer Caleb's then girlfriend and now wife, model Lily Aldrich. In an interview with Robbie Marriott and the Doctor on an Australian radio station called Triple J, Nathan Followill explained that the band never intended the song to be named Sex on Fire and that it was not intended to be about sexuality. Okay, he says, quote unquote, there were totally different lyrics. Depending on whether a song starts with a melody or starts with lyrics, it starts with the melody. You just keep playing the melody over and over until you get it down and just throw in any lyrics that fit the verbal flow. It was actually going to be Set Us on Fire. Set us on fire. That makes sense. Okay. But one of the sound mixers in the studio walked in as we were playing and said, Sex on Fire, huh? And it just kind of became a running joke, and we stuck with it. Nathan also said that some lyrics they tried were Socks on Fire, Snatch on Fire, and Cocks on Fire, but decided it was Sex on Fire. There you go. An interesting thing, too, I didn't mention earlier, that the reason why they're called Kings of Leon is, when I think I could find, named after the brother's dad, Leon, his name, Followill. So they were the Kings of Leon. So hence the name. And I love the name Leon because for some of you that know, I have a lovely little Pomeranian named Leonidas, and we call him Leon. So I have a penchant for that name. All right, back to the song. Music video, excuse me, have you seen the music video? It is crazy amount of viewing. So it was actually originally posted on YouTube back on October 2nd, 2009. That's about 13 years ago. It has about 462,121,204 views and counting. And I probably added to probably 3 or 4 of that doing the research for this song. But check it out. It's a crazy video. So the first thing you notice, it's filmed in this like copper and dark lighting. I think it shows the lead singer on an old mattress in the middle of the room. And I'm not sure if the band is doing an exorcism on him or perhaps detoxing him from drugs because he's trying to get away from this ugly old mattress on the ground and they're keeping him down. But it pans into one of his other bandmates, brother, probably, ripping pages, I think, from the Bible and cuts to a rooster chicken here and there. There it is. So I did more checking on, well, who did this video and is there anything else to it that I missed when I watched it. So per songfacts.com, the video was directed by a Sophie Mueller, whose credits include Smile by Lily Allen and Grace Kelly by Mika. Caleb Hollywell told MTV News, quote unquote, "I'm seeing things that are not really going on, and I'm seeing them do wacky things, and the things that I'm seeing make it look like I'm a pervert and I'm attracted to my family." His bassist brother Jared added, "If we didn't have much trust in Sophia's previous work, we never would have picked a treatment that has Caleb getting crazy on a bed and me chasing a chicken." So apparently what I saw is exactly what they saw, just this craziness, but that's what the video is. Still don't know what it's about. But anyway, check it out. Lots of views in it. And interesting to hear how it became that it was named many different versions of it, but Sex on Fire became the joke, and that's what they stuck with. Again, good example of songs I've shared that have done well for bands. Either they wrote it in less than like 30 minutes, or it was something like, oh, it's a joke, like the one I mentioned 3-4 episodes ago with Warren Zevon's Werewolves of London. That was a joke too. It ended up being this hit. So you just never know when you're going to hit lightning in a bottle. If you have any great suggestions like this Misheard song lyric, please send them to any of our social media sites. For example, Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook. We'd love to hear from you. We're getting some great examples of people from, all walks of life that listen to this podcast. So thank you again for those of you who are listening and also giving money via Patreon. We love that too. We will do it. And if you want to shout out with your full name or just your alias or whatever, we can do that too. You can also email us at Misheard, that's MISSHEARD songs@gmail.com, and we can get your suggestion then. Till then, have a wonderful Christmas, because this is when we are doing taping of it, but it'll air in the 3-4 days from now, and keep singing those songs wrong. Bye.